Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, depending on your location. This is Leadership Talk with Adegoke podcast, another episode on leadership and transitioning. I have with me a distinguished colleague of mine on the John Maxwell team, Coach Adejoke Damibola. She's a seasoned professional. She has so much depth and knowledge, and she's coming to share as a transition coach, where she positions herself as a thought leader. So we're privileged to have her. How are you today, my friend?
Very well, thank you, Mr. Adegoke, Coach Adegoke. Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome, awesome. Tell
Yeah.
us, who is Coach Adejoke?
Oh, thank you. So, yes, again, I am in two parts. I like to present myself in two parts. One, foremost, without the job titles. So I'm a mother, I'm a spouse, and also I'm a career person. I'm a coach.
Okay,
And then with the job title, I'm an HR and admin person.
okay,
I have worked with people most of my life in
okay,
human resources and
okay,
administration,
okay,
and that's the job title. I have been I've worked for over 2 decades in working with people,
okay.
and like I said, majorly in human resources and administration. I
Awesome.
started my career briefly in a school
Mm,
as an admin person as well, and then I transited into working at a furniture company.
okay.
And then from there, I then moved on for a couple of years, and then I moved on to a multinational in telecoms,
Mm,
where I worked as an HR and admin person for over 16 years,
mm.
thereabout.
Wow.
Um, yes. And so those are the career progression over
Oh,
time.
fantastic, fantastic.
Majorly working with people. So like I said, I'm a people person. I've always worked with people, uh, you know, uh, making things
Awesome,
work in
awesome.
organizations and all that.
Fantastic. It's so good to have you on Leadership Talk with Adegoke. Privileged to have you as a fellow colleague on the John Maxwell team. And I know that, in that space, you've also been able to add value. And John says
Mhm,
that,
mhm.
we're people of value, adding
Yeah.
value. Yes. So how did you get into leadership?
Okay. So that's a good question because like I said, so when I started working at the multinational,
Yes.
I didn't immediately go into leadership. I started, of course, you start from somewhere and
Yeah.
then you move on. And so I started as an HR and admin person,
Okay.
and then my manager,
Mm,
uh, my manager then wanted to leave to do
okay.
other things,
All
and
right.
then that role was opened up,
Okay.
and my manager's manager then said to me, over time, I've known you, to be very hands-on,
Hmm.
and then asked me to apply for the role.
Hmm.
See, and then there were a lot of other competitors and all that, but because I had consistently performed well, and so
Okay.
I applied for that role, and then I became a manager, and then I
Wow.
became a leader.
Well done.
I became a leader,
Hmm.
and that's where my journey of leadership started. Um, and at that time, when I took on that role, I was just managing, I think, about
Wow.
um, 4 countries and about 10 people. But then as the years passed on, I got to manage more countries
Wow.
within West Africa and southern part of Africa.
Hmm.
And then I was managing 13 countries within the coast of West Africa and some countries in southern parts of Africa.
Hmm.
So I was managing 13 countries and about 32 people
Awesome.
in those different countries.
Hmm.
Some I haven't met throughout my career there, but some I've met. So
Yeah.
it was a case of leadership, leading people also virtually as
Hmm.
well as on site.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's where my career in leadership started.
Hmm.
And then when that career started in leadership, when I took on that role, I then thought of course, there were courses which I needed to also do because in the organization we have leadership courses as well. But then I also thought to myself, because I'm always seeking, how to better myself.
Awesome.
And then
That's
thought,
good.
I came across the Maxwell. I mean, I've heard about John Maxwell for quite a number of years
Yeah.
prior to then. But then I then looked at other things I could do in that line, with John Maxwell
Fantastic.
team and all that. So I went for that. I registered to the John Maxwell team. And of course, that's when the one story after the other, I then got certified as a John Maxwell certified leader.
Wow.
So that's how I came
Wow.
into
Amazing
leadership.
journey. Amazing journey.
Yes.
Yeah. We appreciate
Yeah.
you and what you do and what you represent.
That's,
Like I said in my introduction, you bring a lot of depth into this industry, particularly the coaching, speaking, and training industry. Now, what's the relationship between leadership and transitioning?
okay. So again, leadership is, for me, leadership is serving people, and leadership is also helping people from where they are to be what they want to be.
Yeah.
And if you're, so you could be leading people and you may not be leading people. So so leadership could be that you're leading people, and leadership could be that you're leading yourself, because everybody leads themselves at one point or the other. We are leaders, whether you like it or not. You are a leader yourself. You lead yourself into something, whether into growth, into reinvention, and other things. So the work of it, so the relationship between a leader, between leadership and transition, they work together. They work together, as far as I know, because a leader will always, a leader initiates transition in one way or the other. A leader initiates transition because a leader will initiate changes, will introduce new visions, will introduce new system.
Wow.
And when those systems are introduced to people that you manage, they need to move from where the vision is now to where the vision will become, or what the new visions will be. So there is the point where there's an old vision that you've introduced as a leader, and then to people, and then they need to transit from that old vision to a new vision, or the old system to a new system. The same thing applies to people as well. So you have a vision as a person, but you want to update your vision. You can, over time, your visions can change, and your priorities can change as well. So again, as a leader, as a person, you are a leader, because you are moving from one vision, or you are adding things to your vision, but then you need to transit from whatever it is that was old to something else. So for me, leadership and transition, they work together. You cannot separate them.
Wow.
You cannot separate them.
Wow.
Yes.
Awesome. Wow. If you just joined us, this is Leadership Talk with Adegoke, and I have with me Coach Adejoke Damibola. She's a transition coach, and we're looking at leadership and transitioning. Recently I had a podcast episode with a friend of mine, Ernesto Gomez from Mexico, and it was leadership and regrowth. And he told me he had transitioned about 8 times in his career. How many times have you transitioned in your career?
I've transitioned. I've transitioned like 4 times so far, not as much as Gomez, but I've transitioned like 4 times. So I transitioned from working as an admin person in a school environment. So I have a few experience in that environment as well, education. I transited because I needed, I needed to do some other things, and I'm always looking for better opportunities. So I transited into a furniture company.
Wow.
So I also have experience in the manufacturing.
Wow.
And then, of course, I transited into telecoms, telecoms environment, and now I'm transiting again from that telecoms environment into actually doing something, coaching people because of those experiences.
Wow, giving back. Wow. That's amazing. That's from a very, very deep place, like I always tell people, you can't give from an empty cup, So we appreciate you. Now, what are the benefits of transitioning?
Well, one of the benefits, I mean, there are so many benefits,
Yeah.
but one of the benefits that you get is when you transition,
Hmm.
during this process of transition,
Yeah.
when you get clarity,
Hmm.
right? You get clarity, because transition allows you to reflect.
Wow.
At the point where the reason why you are transiting anyway is
Hmm.
because you've reflected, you've
Hmm.
gotten clarity
Hmm.
about certain things that you think you want to begin to do better, or
Hmm.
where you want to be, what you are becoming, what you
Hmm.
want to become
Yeah.
in the future, or you
Hmm.
give yourself maybe a
Hmm.
timeline.
Hmm.
So one of the benefits is that when you transition, at the point of transition, you already have clarity. It's a
Hmm.
benefit. Clarity is a benefit, and then it's growth. So you are transiting. And one of the reasons you're transiting is, you're looking for how to stretch yourself.
Hmm.
And it allows you to go. Stretching yourself allows you to grow in a way. Okay.
Hmm.
It allows you to grow in a way. And there's a mindset change. The benefit is that you have a
Wow.
mindset change.
Wow.
You have a mindset change
Hmm.
alongside, having uh, renewed confidence in
Okay.
in whatever you're trying to do.
Awesome.
Yes. So
Awesome.
there are some of the benefits that you can get, from
Now,
transiting. And
now,
yeah.
now. Awesome. Very, very good. For me personally, I've transited in several ways, evolved from being an employee and also an employer of labor and entrepreneur,
Mhm.
different author, coach, speaker, trainer, also helping other leaders to move from being in paid employment and transitioning into. So I can really say I wear so many hats, but
Mhm.
it's been quite interesting. But what are the challenges that come with transitioning?
Okay. So some of the challenges that that people sometimes face in transition is, um, there's the fear.
Hmm,
You feel that you have this fear of, whether you're not sure of
hmm,
what the end will be, because you don't when you're transiting, sometimes you don't even know the end of what is
hmm,
going to happen.
hmm.
Yeah. So some of those things,
Wow.
transition actually, it makes you afraid of
Hmm,
what will happen, or makes you afraid of whether you're going to you be the best of what you want to transit into.
yeah.
So that's one of the
The
things that
challenges,
that
yeah.
that comes up.
Hmm,
Yes, fear
hmm,
comes up. And then sometimes you also sort of you're not sure
hmm.
that um, you're not sure that it's the best thing for you at that time.
That time,
But
yeah.
you just know that you need to move from that point to
Hmm.
another point. That you just have that strong belief or strong conviction in your heart that
Conviction, yeah.
you
That's
need to
time
move
to move.
from that point that you're in to the other. But you don't have the full story yet. Like
Hmm.
every life, in our lives, we don't really have the full
The full
story,
picture, yeah.
when we jump from one thing to the other, but we just have that conviction that this is time for me to move. And
Wow.
those are some of the things that readily comes to mind during
Oh,
transition.
awesome. I just love the way you answer these questions, it's very authentic because you are giving from a place
Mhm.
of experience.
Yeah.
Experience is very important, because you've gone through 4 transitions. For some people, it's
Yeah.
just they've never gone through any transition. It's just that role, they came into the organization
Mhm.
and they've been able to, but they've transited from one level to another. But in terms of you've moved
And
from
I'll
one
tell
sector. Yes,
okay,
go ahead.
yes, and I'll tell you what, just in line with your thoughts there,
Yeah.
and one of the reasons, like I said, one of the reasons why people just sit at a particular place or in a particular position for
Yes.
many years, is because of fear.
Yeah.
They fear,
Yes.
lack of confidence.
Yes.
They don't want to challenge the status quo,
Yeah.
and they don't want to challenge their identity. You see,
Mm.
so that's some of the things that make people sit at a place. But then, when you are not challenging yourself, or you're not trying to make yourself better, or see how you can develop in other areas, then sometimes you start to stagnate,
Wow.
and that's not good.
Mm. Hmm.
And that's not good.
Okay, so you know, we're almost wrapping up. This is a very, very impactful session. I'm very encouraged. For those of us that are just joining all over the world, this is Leadership Talk with Adegoke. Yet another powerful episode with, a thought leader, a transition coach, also a certified Maxwell coach, speaker, and trainer. Um, Adejoke Damibola, a transition coach, like I said. So she's bringing depth into this conversation. I just have a few more questions. Now, what are the consequences of a leader not having that skills regarding transitioning? If a leader
Okay.
doesn't have the
So
skills,
yes. So one of the consequences of of a leader, of a leader not having, those the um,
skills to transition. Yeah,
skills to transit, is
yeah.
that then that
Yeah.
leader would remain stagnant. That leader would remain stagnant. Leader will not be able to move
Hmm.
forward. Yes, so that leader would not be able to move forward. That leader would be stagnant, and trying to, you know, that it will not be able to change their identity,
Yeah.
because when if you don't have those skills, then you are not able to change to into what you want to become,
Hmm.
you see, as a leader. So
Hmm.
you need those skills. If you don't have those skills,
To
then
transit.
you just remain as you are.
Wow.
You cannot move forward, and then you remain stagnant, and you can't change your identity, because during a transition, identities will probably, one of the things is that identity will
Hmm.
most probably change.
Hmm.
um, they probably change,
Hmm.
and you need to reinvent yourself as a leader. So
Wow. Wow.
if you don't have those skills, then you remain at the same position. You're not able to move forward, and
Hmm.
that's dangerous for a leader.
Fantastic. Fantastic, coach. I love that. You need to reinvent yourself.
Yeah, you need to reinvent yourself. You need to
Wow.
evolve.
Wow.
You need to
Evolve.
evolve. Yes, you need
Fantastic.
to evolve.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Wow.
Mm.
This has been amazing. Thank you for adding so much value. Now, finally, I would like to ask, who are your mentors?
I have several of them, not formally. So when I say not formally, I mean I haven't. They're not mentoring me one on one, but I
I
follow
know John
them.
Maxwell is also your mentor. I mean, Johnson Maxwell is
Yes.
our
So
mentor. Isn't it? Yeah.
apart from John Maxwell,
Yeah.
I follow, because, like I said, I don't have personal mentorship program
That's
with
good.
them, but I
Okay.
follow Jumoke Adenowo of
Okay.
Awesome Treasures.
Okay.
I have gone to one or two meetings or sessions with
Yeah, that's a powerful lady. Yeah.
yes, I've gone to one or two sessions with Ibukun Awoshika.
Wow, I've
Um,
also been to a session before. Yes.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. She holds some sessions, for
Anyone in
men and
the
for
male
women.
category, anyone in the male category apart from John Maxwell?
Anywhere in the male category. Yes, I also I follow closely Pastor Sam Adeyemi of
Yeah, I
Daystar
mean,
Christian
I
Center.
was just going to bring it out of you. I also follow him as well. In fact, he helped me to gain clarity when I
Yeah,
was going to transit, decades ago.
yeah,
Yeah. Mm. Awesome.
yes. So
Awesome.
I follow closely his
Okay.
activities,
Awesome.
his talks and other things. Yes.
Awesome. So
Um,
I can see where your energy is coming from. You have
right.
so much, good people
Yes.
in terms of depth
Yes.
and yeah, around you. Thank you for
Mm.
what you do. Now, if we want to reach out to Coach Adejoke, how do we on social media? Are you there or
Yes, I'm on social media.
okay?
I'm on LinkedIn as Adejoke Damibola,
Okay.
um, transition and coach.
Okay.
I'm on Instagram as
Okay.
well, at Adejoke Damibola as well.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, those are the two places for now
Fantastic.
that I'm
Fantastic.
on.
Fantastic.
And as I evolve, like I say, as I evolve and I grow, because that's what it is, I will also be on other social media platforms.
Awesome, awesome, amazing. This has been a wonderful session. I'm quite happy that you were able to join us. I know your schedule is quite busy, But on behalf of myself and my team, I just want to appreciate you for coming on Leadership Talk with Adegoke. Yet another powerful episode on leadership and transitioning. Just one last word from you before we call it a day.
Okay, so my last word to the viewers will be to not stay in the same place for many years, and also try to evolve as much as possible, and leave the fears of what it will be, and become the best version of yourself. I always strive to become the best version of yourself. So
Wow.
even though you're somewhere now, evolve. You can evolve at your current role. But then if the opportunity arises, you must get ready for opportunities, because that's what happened to me. Always get ready for opportunities that will make you to move to the next level. And at that point, try to evolve, try to before that transition happens, try to be the best version of yourself. If you need to take certification, if you need to get more skills, do so, and
Thank you.
continue, and continue doing what you need to do.
Thank you. So you've heard it from the coach, the transition coach herself. Be prepared, reinvent, and evolve. Thank you so much for joining us. So thanks, everyone. You want to say your bye-byes to our audience?
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Ms. Coach Adekoge. Bye-bye.